financial problems, elder law, tax problems, business matters, divorce, personal injury, bankruptcy, your life, your reality. Life is complicated. There is the law and there is reality. Welcome to Law and Reality, sponsored by Thav Gross. Now here's your host, Ken Gross.
Welcome to this segment of Law and Reality. Jenny Lingle, nice to have you with us again.
Good to be here, Ken.
Pat Simasko.
Hi, how are
From
you?
Simasko Law, co-sponsor of our show, and
Cheers.
elder law senior expert. And
Wow.
we're going to talk about a major issue today with Pat. But before I do so, I know Brian gets very upset if I don't welcome him and say good morning to him. So good morning, Brian Small.
Good morning, Ken. It's a pleasure to be here. Pat, I have a simple question. Does it come with a cape too? Because that's, I mean,
The only one that says nice things about me is Ken. I don't see, so I'm having to come.
I'm just like,
I
I'm
love
sitting here in
coming
awe.
here.
Going,
Wow.
Elder law expert,
Wow,
senior expert.
Wow.
I'll do a little image for the show of Pat and the
Oh,
cape
that
for
way.
everybody. Here's the case study of the day. Mom needs to be in the nursing home. What do we do? Pat's going to walk us through the issues, and we're going to do it as a case study. Let me throw out some simple math right off the bat because I think you have to put it all in the right framework. Nursing home costs are $9,000 to $12,000 a month throughout the state. The average stay, 32 months.
Yeah.
Multiply that, that's $288,000 to $384,000 depending on the nursing home charges. That's going to wipe out whatever savings most families have. And here's your situation. If you have mom and dad and one has to go in the nursing home, one has to continue having income and money to live on. Otherwise, what's going to happen to that person? So sometimes people think of Medicaid planning as trying to take advantage of the government program. It's not what it's about. What it's about is survival. Because if one has to go in the nursing home, one is staying home, and that person needs to have income and a home and shelter to live on until their time to meet their maker occurs. So you have to look at these things from a practical standpoint, and if you don't plan, you have a disaster. Now here's our facts. We have Cliff, who's the dad, Jenny, who's the mom. Jenny has advanced Alzheimer's. She needs to go in the nursing home. They have 3 great kids. These facts Pat gave to me, real life situation that he actually just recently encountered. So this
Every
is
day I
not,
see
we're
them.
not making it up, although the names have been changed to protect the innocent. The assets, they have a house worth $200,000. They have cash in the bank of $115,000. Dad has an IRA of $300,000. Dad's income, Cliff, he gets $1,500 a month for Social Security retirement. He gets $1,500 a month on his pension from work. Jenny gets $600 a month Social Security. That's it. So they don't have a lot of income coming in. But they do have a $300,000 IRA. They got $115,000 in the bank. The question is, what do they do?
Right, so
Let me ask you the first question, Pat, before we
Sure.
solve the problem. What if they do nothing? What if they don't do any Medicaid planning? Jenny goes in the nursing home. They just don't know what to do. They don't feel comfortable with lawyers. The nursing home tells them one thing. The friend in the bar tells them another thing. If they don't do any planning, what can happen?
they'll write checks until the money's all gone and until mom passes away. So that Medicaid plan at that point, or that nursing home plan, it's the worst one, is maybe mom will pass away before dad spends all of his money.
And if not, Dad will go through all of his money. He'll cash out his IRA. He'll then be broke.
Yeah.
Jenny's still in the nursing home, and then I guess she would have to apply for Medicaid.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Dad has no money to live on.
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of people think, oh, it's a Medicaid nursing home. Virtually every nursing home is a Medicaid nursing home. So when you're paying that $9,000 a month, and then you get on Medicaid, it's the same nursing home, it's the same bed, It's the same pillow. It's the same beautiful dining experience. You might as well be on Medicaid. Not all of them, but most of them are Medicaid.
I ran through that same exact
Same thing
situation.
with
My
your dad.
father went into the nursing home on Medicare,
Yep.
and then during the course when his Medicare was exhausted or they decided he wasn't eligible,
Yeah.
we then applied for Medicaid. Same nursing home,
Yeah.
same food,
everything.
same dining room, nothing
The
different.
sad reality is nursing homes know that there's plans available, but they won't tell you. They won't tell you how to do it. They won't tell that it is available.
It makes no sense. It doesn't it costs them. They'd rather have private pay
They would rather have private pay.
because they get more money.
Yeah, yeah. Not a lot more money though, just a little bit more money. So it's funny how many clients that we have that are nursing home workers, but a lot of them won't tell the families to go out and look for planning that's available for you.
All right, so here's the situation. Cliff and Jenny. Jenny's going in the nursing home. Jenny really doesn't know what's going on at this point. She's got advanced Alzheimer's. She needs to go there. Cliff is in here, and we're worried about Cliff because he's got this IRA. There's $115,000. Cliff's in decent health. He has to continue living. He has his house.
Right.
The question is, how do we position things so
Right.
that Jenny gets the care she needs in the nursing home, but Cliff preserves his assets?
Okay.
What's step one in the process?
So the first step is to understand that Medicaid doesn't want to put the person at home out living in a box on the street. It's called the Spousal Impoverishment Act. They want to make sure that the person at home has their assets to live on. So they allow us to do planning for them. So the first thing is we want to make sure mom is off all the assets except one bank account that'll have less than $2,000 in it. The rest has to be positioned in dad's name.
All right, so
The
step
house
one
goes-
is get everything out of mom's
yeah,
name.
get it out of mom's name and put it into dad's name. Then you have to make sure that if dad dies, it doesn't go back over to mom. Like the IRA. His IRA has mom listed as beneficiary. So it has to be switched from mom as beneficiary to someone else. So what's immediately protected is the house and the first half of the assets up to about $119,000.
All right, so in this case, there's a $300,000 IRA. There's $115,000 of cash. So we have $415,000
And a house.
and a house. On the cash side, you only can protect $119,000 out of that $415,000.
Right.
After the break, you're going to tell me how we get around that.
Sure, absolutely.
It's devastating, the effects of debt and foreclosure on you and your family. There is a solution.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem. Some fear the word bankruptcy, but in reality, it's a strategy to save your home and to eliminate debt. If you're in financial trouble, timing is critical. You need to take action now. We've been saving homes and eliminating debt for over 33 years.
Call Fav Gross 888-235-HELP. Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call Fav Gross.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call Fav Gross today, 888-235-HELP.
A lifetime of hard work. If you don't have the right plan in place, you can lose your home, your savings, and more. And you didn't come this far to lose everything. Samasco Law wants you to know that laws are changing. Today, the average cost of nursing home care is $85,000 a year. With proper planning, we can help protect your life savings and get you the Medicaid and nursing home benefits you deserve.
How much can you afford to lose? Call Samasco Law today.
Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call Fav Gross.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call Fav Gross. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
Thav Gross specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
All right, welcome back. All right, so here's where we left off at the break. As I understand it, there's $415,000 of cash assets between the IRA and cash in the bank, and you're telling me that the Medicaid rules allow you to protect Cliff to the extent of 1/2 of the cash assets up to $119,000.
Correct.
So that's a problem for us because we have $415,000.
Right.
What do you do?
That's a great question. And one thing people always come in and say, and I know we talked a little bit at the break, is they can, I think we have to get divorced to protect those assets. Divorces work to protect the assets, but I've never, ever, ever had a family come in and say, I want to divorce my spouse I've been married to for 37 years to protect the money. They will never do that in a million years, and we don't have to do that.
Generally
speaking, is there a mechanism? What mechanisms then do protect it?
That's what we're going to talk about.
Without, and is there a way to keep the money accessible to Dad?
Yeah.
Without Mom having any risk of having it taken from
what
her?
you have to do is you have to turn that extra money into an income stream for Dad.
We're talking about the IRA?
Yeah, the IRA. So, it's any other IRA or non-IRA cash. Dad gets to keep the first $115,000. He can pick whatever he wants to keep in his name. The rest of the money, the IRA of $300,000, if you leave it in an IRA, it's at risk. But Medicaid says if you turn it into an income stream using a Medicaid compliant annuity, that turns it into a check to him over his lifetime. So he's got a 7-year life expectancy. A $300,000 IRA will pay him $3,500 a month. You turn that into income to him.
What about the taxes on it?
You're paying the taxes.
But on the $3,500 a month that's coming out?
Yeah, dads hate to pay taxes. Well, if you don't do it, you have to pull the money out to pay the nursing home and pay the IRS.
Yeah, so
my way's a lot better.
This way you're paying the tax over the 7 years.
And you're keeping the money. So you're getting $3,500 a month, plus he gets to keep his Social Security, plus he gets to keep his pension. And the greatest part about this is that the Medicaid just changed the rule. Dad dies, that money can go to the kids. Can't go to Mom because the nursing home takes it. It goes to the kids now.
Before
it went to the state of Michigan, and the state of Michigan was a beneficiary to get reimbursed.
So this is a great outcome.
Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. So, as I said, Dad dies, the house goes to the kids. Dad dies, the bank accounts go to the kids. Dad dies, whatever's left over in that Medicaid income stream goes to the kids.
Now, does it have to be the children, or can it be other relatives?
It can be his other relatives.
Okay.
It can be.
You're just not going to leave it to Mom.
Can't leave it to Mom. Or you can put it into a trust agreement that then it's more protected. So we like the idea that if Dad dies unexpectedly, it goes into a trust where the kids are watching over it, hopefully, that if Mom needs extra care, needs a TV set, needs go home, she may go home in the future.
But there's no ability for Medicaid to claw back any of that money as long as it's been planned properly.
Yes, but this is where the problem comes up. It's not planned properly. Dad dies, and he left Mom as beneficiary of his life insurance policy. Dad dies, and he left on the house. Everyone says, well, we don't need to worry about the state taking the house because it's a married couple. Mom dies, it goes to Dad. Mom's in a nursing home, it goes to Dad, right? Everything works perfect if Mom dies and it goes to Dad.
What if Dad
what do
dies?
you got to watch out for?
Dad
the caregiver is the one that a lot of time dies first. Dad dies, now it's back in Mom's name.
So what do you do with the house?
Lady Bird deed. Well, at that scenarios, you want to make sure if Dad dies, it goes down to his
Right now,
beneficiary.
Mom and Dad, Cliff and Jenny, are in dealing with the planning now. What do you do with the house right now?
Well, the key is to get the house out of Mom's name into Dad's name. Okay, and it's not a gift for Medicaid. But here's the question. Mom just had a horrible stroke, and she can't sign the papers. What do we need?
Conservator?
If you don't have a power of attorney.
So if there's a proper estate plan in place, then Dad would have would be the attorney. In fact, he could sign the deed over to himself. So would you deed, right now for Jenny and Cliff, would Jenny be deeding the house over to Cliff?
Yes. And Dad would be signing as the power of attorney. And everybody out there needs to look at their power of attorneys, because most power of attorneys don't give the person authority to do that.
To transfer it to
Yes,
themselves.
most, because it's called gifting. Most power of attorneys do not have gifting language in it. You need that language in it.
Gifting language.
Or
in the
you
power.
have to go to probate court and ask the judge's permission, and sometimes they don't give that permission. So you need
And
that
then you
power
have to
of attorney.
notice it out to all the family members. Family members may not understand what you're doing and be suspicious, and you could have a whole big argument.
All solved by having a proper power of attorney. The key, any plan, is having that tool in the toolbox that allows us to do this type of work, and that's an updated power of attorney that has the language in it that we need.
All right. The Medicaid estate lien that we hear.
That's a big deal.
That is that what we're talking
Yes.
about? Where if the asset ends up back to mom
Yep.
in her estate when she passes away, Medicaid has a lien to the extent of all the money that they've paid the nursing home.
Yep. So let's say that Dad dies and Mom dies, and there's a $50,000 life insurance policy that no one knew about. It was a work policy.
And her estate's the
And now it
beneficiary.
goes into her estate. Medicaid says, thank you very much. You have to open up a probate. We'll be listed as primary beneficiary.
So the Medicaid lien is there. The key is making sure there are no assets for the lien to attach
To go through probate. You
And
have to
that's-
avoid probate.
You got to be careful when you do the planning. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to go through the process of, they talk about patient pay, and there's one thing that I've learned. Nobody realizes how the process really works as to who pays what to the nursing home. Does the money go direct? Do you pay it
Right.
yourself? And how do you calculate that amount? Those are things that people, I think, have a misconception. Most people think, well, the government's going to send the check to the nursing home. My Social Security will automatically go to the nursing home, and I'm like out of the loop, kind of like friend of the court type of stuff. Doesn't work that way, does it?
No.
We come back from the break. Pat's going to explain us the patient pay amount, and then you'll get the whole picture of how the whole process works.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call Thav Gross.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call Thav Gross today, 888-235-HELP.
A lifetime of hard work. If you're approaching retirement and don't have the right plan in place, you can lose your home, your investments, and your savings. And you didn't come this far to lose everything. Putting a solid strategy in place with Samasco Law legally protects your assets as well as your wishes. Since a will doesn't cover you medically or financially, Samasco Law goes beyond ordinary asset management protection to safeguard everything you have.
How much can you afford to lose? Call Samasco Law today.
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
It's time for announcements. I want to remind our viewers to listen to us Tuesdays noon to 1 p.m. and 6 to 7 p.m. for Law and Reality Live on WCHB 1200 AM 99.9 FM. Also on Thursdays 3 to 4 p.m. on Law and Reality Now 9:10 a.m. with Cliff Russell. We have a seminar coming up on Wednesday, December 7th of this year, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Pat Samasco is going to join us for a seminar on the legal side to nursing home care for mom and dad. Pat's going to take us through all the steps that you need to know for Medicaid planning, also how vets and vets' families can get aid and attendance benefits from the government. Your situation is this. If you have a loved one, an elderly parent, your spouse that needs nursing home care, you've got to be pragmatic. It's $9,000 to $12,000 a month for that care. Average stays 32 months. Whatever assets you typically have, if you're a normal family, they're going to be exhausted through that process. So the smart play is to save them, because when one spouse is in the nursing home, the other spouse is at home and still needs to have money to live with. Pat's the absolute guru on how to take this process and make it work so that you save your assets. The seminar is free. It's Wednesday, December 7th, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Sign up at thavgross.com or lawandreality.com. We have another seminar coming up Wednesday, December 14th, 6:30 to 8 o'clock p.m., titled as follows, When the New Year Cometh, I Shall Become Debt-Free. This is going to be a debt elimination seminar, which is also the same thing as a preserve future income seminar, where we get rid of the debt using our strategies with bankruptcy, without bankruptcy, how to solve tax problems, how to handle a house that's underwater or rental property underwater. The seminar is free. Attendees get a free copy of my book, Dump Your Debt. You sign up at thavgross.com or lawandreality.com or call 888-235-HELP. Also remember, we always offer free consultations. If anyone, you don't have to wait for a seminar to come in to meet us. You can call us at 888-235-HELP. Go to the websites and request a free consultation. You come in, we sit down with you, lawyer to you, and analyze the problem. It's not a meet and greet. We sit down for a half hour to an hour. We analyze the problem thoroughly. We tell you what your options are. We tell you what it's going to cost in order to solve the problem, and we lay out a plan for the future. It's the smartest way of addressing an issue is always to investigate your options. Also, go to the websites, check out our free reports. They're always there and available for you. It's a worthwhile endeavor. We'll be back after the break.
It's devastating, the effects of debt and foreclosure on you and your family. There is a solution.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem. Some fear the word bankruptcy, but in reality, it's a strategy to save your home and to eliminate debt. If you're in financial trouble, timing is critical. You need to take action now. We've been saving homes and eliminating debt for over 33 years.
Call Fav Gross 888-235-HELP.
A lifetime of hard work. If you don't have the right plan in place, you can lose your home, your savings, and more. And you didn't come this far to lose everything. Samasco Law wants you to know that laws are changing. Today, the average cost of nursing home care is $85,000 a year. With proper planning, we can help protect your life savings and get you the Medicaid and nursing home benefits you deserve.
How much can you afford to lose? Call Samasco Law today.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
Fav Gross specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem.
All right, welcome back. All right, so here's the question that nobody understands. I know this because even when you and I met and you taught me about Medicaid planning, I had this misconception. And my conception, what I figured would happen was once my dad was qualified for Medicaid or someone's qualified for Medicaid, that the government would automatically take his Social Security check, that there would be no bills coming from the nursing home, and that everything would happen automatically, that the nursing home would get paid by the government and everything done.
Right.
It doesn't work that way, does it?
And our common phrase is the nursing home gets your Social Security check, or the nursing home takes your Social Security. What happens is you get a bill, and the bill is based on what mom's income is. So dad gets to keep all of his income, his Social Security, his pension, his Medicaid annuity.
So Jenny has $600 of Social Security.
But the point, let's say he had a $10,000 a month annuity check, he would get to keep that too. So mom had $660 Social Security coming in. It goes to the bank like normal. They get a bill for $600 essentially, because she gets to keep the first $60. So if the nursing home bill comes in, $660, her Social Security, she keeps $60. Dad will send a check to the nursing home for $600. Medicaid pays the rest.
What if he doesn't send that check?
Then what happened? A lot of people do this because they think, well, gee whiz, we got to pay this bill for mom, and we have a credit card bill to pay for mom, or we have a mortgage to pay for mom. Every dime of that money needs to go to the nursing home, If it doesn't, there's going to be an arrearage, and they can literally evict her from the nursing home.
One of the things that I recommend.
So you need to pay that patient
You got to
amount.
pay it, and you have to
if
pay
that
it.
situation is arising and there's a significant amount of debt that is there for mom and for the family, a bankruptcy may want to be considered before in concert with the nursing home care.
Well, that what happens though, if let's say mom has $50,000 in credit card debt and mom has $100,000 in the bank, you can pay off that credit card debt if you want to, but the reality is mom passes away, there's no probate, there's nothing to come after, so the credit card debt really goes away. So I never recommend paying off that type of debt.
No, but a bankruptcy may, dependent upon the type of assets, especially with the IRA and some of the cash, the way we can protect it, we may be able to protect the majority of that, get rid of all the debt, leaving nothing for any estate to come after, and then still with the asset preservation trust and the combination of all those tools, be able to protect all of it,
Yeah.
keep a bankruptcy
Particularly if
trustee
the
away
credit
from
card
it.
debt is joint debt.
Well, yeah, you pay off the. So here it goes now. Mom is single now, and
But
she.
before you, mom is single, let's just summarize the whole thing. When you summarize it and looking at the chart, Dad's going to get to keep $6,500 a month. His $3,500 annuity, his $1,500 Social Security, and his $1,500 for his pension. Mom's $660 less the $60 she keeps. $600 goes to the nursing home every month.
Right.
That's the
That's
plan. It works perfectly.
And
Now, same question. Mom's passed away. Jenny's gone. Now it's just Cliff. How do you protect? And now Cliff has the prospect of going in the nursing home in a couple years. When
Yeah.
do we do that?
So let's pretend that mom died years ago and dad's sitting here and he's got $500,000 in assets. To protect all of his assets, we need to get him out of his name 5 years before he's in the nursing
So
home.
he needs to do some
That's
planning.
called pre-planning. Crisis planning, we can always protect around 50% of his money, maybe 60%, and the house. Pre-planning, if we do it right in enough time, we can protect 100%.
So it means you got to plan. No one knows when they're going to need to go in the nursing home. But if you're looking from a practical standpoint of where you're at and you're in your 70s and you see your health starting to deteriorate, get ahead by 5 years and do the planning ahead of time.
Yeah, there's a lot. This is plan A of 1,000 different plans that are available. So you have to come in and we sort of go over everyone's situation. We don't charge anything for the initial appointment. And then when they come in, we lay out the strategy.
Bottom line, everyone needs to address these issues for their parents. And if you're watching the show and you're the elderly couple and one of you is going to have the prospect of going to the nursing home, you want to call our office, schedule an appointment with Pat.
Two people
come in
do
and meet
not
with him.
need it. If you're never going to get sick and you're never going to die and you're never going to go in the nursing home, you never need to worry about it.
That's a wrap. Have a great week. We'll be back next week with Law and Reality.